Since 2005, there have been 10 wind turbines along the 1,600-meter high crest at the top of the Ratana Alm. This has been expanded with an additional 11 turbines, each with a hub height of 85 meters. The extra installed power for the Steinriegel 2 wind park is 25.3 megawatts. This means that a total of 24,000 households can be supplied with green electricity. This makes the Steinriegel the largest alpine wind farm in Europe. Prangle was exclusively involved again in this project to extend the alpine wind farm, as was the case when it was established initially. The Prangle experts again developed a tailor-made logistics concept. First on the agenda were the 154 transports, up to 40 meters long, weighing up to 125 tons and up to 5 meters wide, by road from Germany to the transfer point in the center of town in Ratten, Austria. Transporting the two 500-ton telescopic cranes up the mountain was equally suspenseful, as it was the first time it was attempted. Each of the two behemoths weighed in at 96 tons going up, and this weight initially had to be set into motion facing uphill. Due to prevailing road conditions, total concentration was demanded of the crane drivers. Naturally, these large 8-axle, 19.3-meter-long machines were only entrusted to highly trained and experienced drivers. The operation required both delicacy and precision, as well as long-standing experience in handling such equipment. Driving up a mountain, often backwards, is simply not an everyday occurrence for a mobile crane. The crowning achievement of the Steinriegel 2 project was definitely transporting the turbine components up the mountain. Such an endeavor on a 17-kilometer-long stretch of mountain road can only be accomplished with a highly professional team. In addition to the quality of the people, the quality of the equipment also has a major role to play. 2 four-wheel drive towing vehicles that were used at times as a push-and-pull combination and 2 10-axle self-propelled heavy-duty modules were used. The total weight of such a heavy-duty model, loaded with a section of the tower, was some 120 tons. The defining feature of this project was transporting the 35-meter-long rotor blades up the mountain. Whereas conventional towing vehicles could still be used for initial construction of the wind farm, this time a transport concept unique in the world and developed in conjunction with Prangle was called on. All of a sudden, presumed obstacles such as street lights or the edges of buildings were no longer a problem. Thanks solely to this innovation, it was possible to reduce the total length of the transport vehicle, including rotor blade, from 38 meters to 21 meters. The only blade tipping device in the world enabled rotor blades to be transported up the mountain at a blade angle of 60 degrees. This meant that road construction measures and impact on the landscape were able to be kept to an absolute minimum. Since height was only a limiting factor in a few cases, the chosen route enabled the height of the rotor blade transport to be increased from 4 meters to 34 meters. The masterful interaction of man and machine was apparent to all involved. However, we also attempted to keep the impact on nature to an absolute minimum when installing the wind turbines. For this reason, single-blade installation was used for 4 of the 11 wind turbines. In order to ensure that the installation time was as short as possible, 2 crane teams worked on the mountain. Each crew had a 500-ton telescopic crane, a 130-ton auxiliary crane, and a telehandler. 55-ton telescopic cranes and multiple articulated vehicles were also used to be able to transfer these large pieces of equipment as efficiently as possible. Prangle was already involved in the planning 5 years before the project itself began. Even though we had a great deal of experience of transporting, temporary storage, mountain transport and installation at that time, we still didn't want to leave anything to chance, and we wanted to study the new circumstances thoroughly. The project was ultimately handled to the satisfaction of all involved. This Alpine Showcase project was able to be completed successfully thanks to the experience from the first wind farm, precise planning, a highly motivated and highly qualified staff, and the great cooperation between everyone. Once again, it was proven that the combination of innovative technology and many years of experience are the best ingredients for a successful project.